Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well and happy International Women's Day to all the beautiful women in the world. I decided to record today because it is a special day and all the women around the world and the divine feminines are being remembered today. And I thought it was actually a perfect day to do the divine union, the twin flame and the divine masculine, divine feminine energies and see where we're at. So I don't know how you've been feeling with March, but March has been really fast. The energies has been really fast, and I'm sure you can feel it. It's just this constant movement. And at the beginning of March, the energy felt very scattered. Like I felt scattered, and my throat started to go. Interesting. We'll see what that is about. But I felt very scattered at the beginning of March. I needed to organize myself. And I used to be very, very good at my lists and writing everything down and making my lists. And as time has gone on, I've kind of sort of let that go and I go more with the flow. But March, it was like, no, I need my lists. I need folders. I need everything in order. I need structure in my life because the energy was just so scattered that I had to kind of pull in, regroup, and just collect myself, center myself, ground myself, take some deep breaths, and then I started to put everything in order. And now I feel like I've got to a place where things are calm, where everything's in order, but it felt very chaotic. So this is just the energy that I was kind of picking up as well for the collective, that the energy felt very, very scattered. And I heard from some souls that they felt the same. They felt really chaotic. They had to keep grounding themselves. They had to keep taking deep breaths and taking moments to breathe before they did the next task and the next task. So we were kind of flooded with the energy, and we're being flooded with high frequency light and being flooded with these like solar flares and all kinds of things coming, and the planetary alignments. So much is happening right now. So this year in January and February, it kind of took us, well, I talked about this wave coming in, and boy, did it come in. It came in straight away in January, this wave, this ocean wave that took us deep into the shadow to do some, processing, releasing, clearing the old templates of the 3D patriarchy energy. And so there was a lot going on for the divine masculines and divine feminines. I mean, I felt it and I was just tuning in, and everyone, I think the entire planet was doing some deep diving in January and February to clear we shifted a lot of energy. So that's good to know, and also to appreciate yourself for the energy and the work that you did during January and February, because it was intense and it felt like it was never going to end. But it's calmed. I feel the energy is calmed, and going into sort of 15th, from the new moon, the 10th onwards, you'll start to notice a difference in the energy. It'll be calmer, it'll be more grounded, and you'll feel a little bit lighter. So, we did a big stint in January and February. I mean, we were doing it last year, but I just felt this, it just went to another level in Jan, Feb, and now it's kind of calmed down. So today I wanted to bring you a twin flame, divine union, divine masculine, divine feminine. I want to see where the collective is at. And this message won't resonate with everyone. It just depends on you and where you're at. But I'll be tuning into what the divine feminine, and my words are getting tongue twisted, which is really interesting. So maybe there's some communication wanting to come through, but it's being held back or it's being stifled. So I'm going to talk to the divine feminine first because it is International Women's Day. So absolutely, she will go first because it is her day. And then we'll tune into the divine masculine. I have picked some cards today, which is really interesting what I'm seeing in the cards. I will channel and tune in first, and then I will connect with the cards and see the messages that are coming from the cards. So let's just all take a deep breath and just close our eyes. And we will bring in the highest vibrational message for the collective and for anyone connecting into this message today. And also remembering that you have divine masculine and divine feminine energy. Listen to my voice. Just listen to what's happening right now with my voice. And the divine feminines, I have to clear my voice, clear my throat. Clear my throat so that I can communicate clearly where I'm at. Okay, divine feminines, what would you like to say? I have been healing, clearing, releasing narcissistic templates from my field, narcissistic templates, abusive templates from my field, letting go of the imprints, letting go of the claws, the tentacles, the hooks that have been clamoring on my energy and sucking from me, taking away my life force. I have been cleaning out from the bottom of the barrel those energies from my field. Yes, January and February were intense for me, and I had to dive deep to clear out the rubble from my root, from the deepest places in my being. And now the energies will start to shift as I will move to lighter vibrations and higher vibrations. And this is where I now wish to stay. This is where I now wish to stay, in this energy. More harmonious, more blissful, more in my own field and in my own energy. Deeply connected to Source and who I am within, and the work that I've come here to do, the focus that I have within me, the dreams that I have, the creations that are coming to the fore, the fertility. This is a fertile time for me, and this is a time that I focus and I create, and I listen to my heart and soul, and I bring up the ideas from my sacral, from my root, from my inner being, from my womb. This is the time I get to work and I create. There are many things happening inside of me. There are many messages coming from Source. I am listening. I am listening. The Divine Masculine is distant right now. He is waking up to our connection. He is waking up, understanding what it will require for him to move towards me. He has to meet me at my vibration. I will not come back into the karmic attachments and the disorganized, chaotic energy. I have raised my vibration, and this is where I will meet my match, and this is where I wish to stay. I have raised my vibration, and this is where I wish to stay. Thank you, Divine Feminines. So now we will just connect with the cards and see what is going on with the cards and what message Source Creator wants to give for the Divine Feminines today. So the first card came up was Divine Feminine, Inner Goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, appreciating your divinity. Aphrodite. I have really felt the call for the feminines to, more self-love. Divine feminines, and we're very good at loving everyone else unconditionally, but we often place conditions on ourselves and the love we give to ourselves. So this is a time to love yourselves unconditionally, to watch your language, to watch the programming from the past of how you've treated yourself, how you've spoken to yourself, how family expects you to be. You're breaking down all of those barriers and all of those programs and all of those constructs and restrictions on your energy. You're breaking that down. So just tune in. I feel that this is a time for silence and quiet perspective and going within, because it is a fertile time for the feminine. And so she's got to listen and see what ideas are coming, what messages are coming to her through her dreams. Dreams are very active for the feminine, and also just new ideas to be birthed are coming through her. So it's springtime. This is a fertile time. This is the time for the feminine to plant her seeds. So quiet time for her at this time. And one of the cards that did come out is quiet time. Time to be silent. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate and contemplate about what you want to create this year and going forward, and where you want to direct your energy. So that's really important. I talked about the narcissistic connections, and my light is flashing right now. Boundaries came up very strongly. Boundaries, and this is, we were doing a lot of deep work in January, February. I felt it, that we were cleaning out the tentacles and the hooks of the narcissistic connections and the abusive connections and the power over and the controlling connections that have got into the field of the Divine Feminine. She was cleaning that out from the bottom of the barrel. And also envy and jealousy was coming up as well, to be cleaned out, where anyone that was jealous or envious of our energy, it was being pushed out of the field, and we were protecting our energy really strongly going forward. So just having some cord cutting going on. Forgiveness came up very strongly, to forgive and let go so we don't hold on to the anger. And also just, having healthy protection around you. That is really important as well going forward. So love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. The Divine Feminines have got a lot to create now moving forward. The ideas are being birthed through her. And the Divine Masculines are here to help them into this new world and new earth, to help them build. So the Divine Feminines will come up with the ideas, and the Divine Masculines are here to help them birth and help them forward. So they work as a team. And you have to learn to say no to what is not serving your light, and where your energy is being wasted and it's distracting you from your path and the work that you've got to do here. So just tune in and see where you need to learn to say no more often, or you need more time for yourself, or you want to be more insular, or when you need to go into your creative bubble, you just say it, and and you go into your creative bubble. So you have to be very selective about your time. And I did talk about this last year when I did the community event, that your time and your energy and where you direct your energy is so important, because you really have to pull back all of your energy this year and really focus it inward and then create, because of the energy that's moving. We cannot scatter our energy in too many places, because it's going to make us very, very ungrounded. It's kind of, you've got to pull it in and make yourself strong so that you can push forward through this energy and create what you're being guided to create. So that was really important, that message. And did you notice my voice completely decided, it just went at the beginning of the recording, which is really interesting. So that was the throat chakra. Maybe the throat chakra is being cleared right now, so you can start to speak up more about what you desire and what your needs are. Compassion. Kuan Yin, I felt Kuan Yin's energy really, really strongly, and the message of compassion has been coming up very strongly as well. Release judgments about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. But I also feel she is asking us to have compassion for ourselves, compassion for the past, compassion for the lessons that we had to learn, compassion for, where we are at right now, and accepting where we are right now. And if we are desiring something and it hasn't come in yet, just to be patient with yourself and understand that, maybe there is something else that we haven't quite mastered. But the energy is recalibrating, and Source Creator is here to trust in divine timing, because everything is unfolding for our highest good. And sometimes, what we think we need is not actually what we need. And the universe is trying to align the highest outline and the highest outcome and the highest timeline for us. So compassion with self at this time, and compassion with others, to just see where others are at, and to know that everyone is on their own journey, and to just trust the process, but to align with your journey and your path, and be very selective about how you spend your time and energy. The other card came up was Bodies of Water. Let me see if I can get this card, pick it up. Bodies of Water. And this, I feel, is talking about the emotions, just to allow your emotions to release, but also to know that your emotions have so much to teach us. Our emotions have so much to teach us. So I have felt bouts of like sadness moving through the collective. I have felt bouts of just stagnation and frustration, old anger coming up, old heartbreak, old hurt coming up to the surface. I've also experienced and felt the anxiety and the overwhelm coming up as well. So there's a lot moving through the body right now. So it's to honor that, and to be, gentle with yourself. And I think up your nature, up your walks in nature, go out to the forest or go out by the water, and just let the energy move through you. Spend time near water, such as the lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. And I find nature just is so balancing. When your mind is going 100 miles per hour, go out into nature. I always do. I go for a walk. I balance myself. I center myself. I spend time, with the trees and walking in the forest and walking by the lakes. And then I come back and then I create. So, it's always good to shift it up, be still. And if you can't create, or your mind isn't going in overdrive, just go off and do something else, and connect with yourself. Let me get this card as well. Golden opportunity. That's a beautiful card for the Divine Feminine. Golden opportunity. So it says important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And there's a lot of doors opening this year. I mean, there's just so many timelines coming in, the new earth timelines that are coming in for the Divine Feminine. So as she does the work and she releases the old templates and the old, patterns of family and dysfunctional families and all that she's been carrying, all the generational trauma and the ancestral programs, as she clears that out, the narcissistic connections, the abusive connections, anywhere where anyone dimmed her light, she's releasing them from her field so that her light can shine brightly, because her light is needed in you. As she's not dimmed, and she's not second best. She stands and sits on her throne, and she radiates this light out to the collective. She stands as an equal to the Divine Masculine. Their energies have to be in balance, so she can't be beneath, she can't be subservient, she can't be the old power over model and control, because that doesn't serve anyone. In New Earth, in the 5th dimension, we are balanced, we are interdependent, we are powerful, we are standing in our power, we are abundant in ourselves, we know ourselves deeply, our own masculine feminine within is balanced. So we are a conscious being on the planet, and we meet another conscious being on the planet. So it no longer becomes about gender so much. So we will see a lot of same-sex relationships happening through this time, where we're moving beyond gender, and you're just a conscious being, and then there's just pure love. So you'll see a lot of connections where maybe same-sex relationships coming in, because you're just moving beyond all of that programming that caused limitation in our connections. So new doors, golden opportunities, new doors, respecting and honoring your emotions, and also going to water, spending time near water, having compassion for yourselves, spending some time, quiet time for reflection, and seeing what you want to create. Boundaries, it's such a big lesson. Boundaries, no one teaches boundaries to children at school. We just we don't know, and then we have to learn through relationships. But boundaries is a very important one. Respecting and honoring your boundaries, and where you need to say no, and where you need to pull your energy back, and when you want to give, you give. When you need to pull back, you pull back. And this is going to be really important this year. You cannot give, become empty, depleted, burnt out, and then retract. You have to think it in advance. You have to feel into the energy in advance. If you're feeling like you need to stop or slow down, you do it before you burn out. And you learn to have that daily recalibration where you're constantly balancing your energy, so you don't have to get to burnout. You can take a step back, you can rest for a while, you can take care of yourself, you can regroup, you can go for a walk, you can do an hour meditation, you can do some breath work, you recalibrate on a daily basis, and then you continue. That way you're constantly replenishing yourself, and then you can give, replenish, give, replenish, give. So you're doing this. It's that figure 8. This is that year, the figure 8, infinite abundance and infinity. So we replenish, we recharge, we give, we rebalance, and we give. So try and remember this. You're giving, but you're also taking in. You're giving, and then you're also taking in. You're breathing out, and you're also breathing in. So you get this loop going. So check in with yourselves and see how that is going for you, and where you need more balance. And if you felt overwhelmed this month, and you felt overwhelmed or anxious in certain areas of your life, that area is asking you to create more structure and more order. So it could be your health, it could be just your work life, it could be that maybe you don't have a proper exercise routine, or you're not eating properly. It could be many areas. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep, or maybe you're too much on social media and you need more quiet or more meditation time. So just check in with yourself on your mind, and maybe your thoughts are going into overdrive and you need to relax and come back into your heart, or have some practices to bring yourself back into your heart. So check in, mind, body, heart, soul, spirit. Where are you out of balance? Just check in constantly and see where you need balance. Okay, so I'll find out what the throat chakra, why that was in the beginning. Maybe she was just clearing her energy before she spoke. Okay, I'm going to connect with the Divine Masculine. I'll bring in a message for the Divine Masculine, and then I'll go to the cards and what Source Creator and the guides want to give to the Divine Masculines. So just taking a deep breath. This is also a message for, the masculines within the feminine and the feminines within the masculine. So we all have masculine, feminine within us. So the message will relate to every person listening to this message. So the Divine Masculines have been doing a lot of reflecting, looking at their lives and where they've been stuck, where they've been following society's rules, family rules, religious beliefs, staying stuck and playing small, outdated rules, following outdated rules that no longer resonate with who they are and who they are becoming. They are in the void right now. They are floating in between worlds, neither here nor there, not quite in the new earth vibrations, but in between worlds, not knowing where they fit in, feeling quite lost. They are regrouping, recalibrating, reflecting, processing, clearing their energy, looking at their lives and where they need more structure, where they need to give themselves more time to follow their path and their passions. And they're looking towards the Divine Feminine, and the hand is out and she feels a little bit out of reach. And they know that they have to do the work and clear out their field and any karmic attachments that are holding them back from their divine path. And they know they have to clear that out before they can reach the Divine Feminine. She's not coming back in the sense that she's not coming back to, and it's not from an egoic perspective to say this, but to a lower vibration or where there are karmic attachments. If she's cleared her karmic board and karmic attachments, she's not coming back to sit with the Divine Masculine where he is at. She reminds him and demands that he meets her where she is, because she's transitioning into new earth, and for him to meet her there so that they can do their work, their mission work together. She knows what she deserves. She knows what she's worthy of. She will not settle for anything less than she deserves. So she's sitting on her throne and she understands in divine timing, and she understands that she has to hold her energy strong and be immovable at this time, even though she is flexible, but she is not coming back into the 3D world. And that is a healthy boundary that she has put up, and that the Divine Masculine must match. Okay. What else for the Divine Masculines? Confusion, holding his head, wanting freedom, wanting to go in the direction that his soul wants to go, wanting to go towards his feminine, because he knows that they've got work to do together. He knows that that is his future. How does he clear his karmic board? How does he change and move? How does he release all the karmic attachments and all those that depend upon him? How does he make his move? That is where he is stuck right now. And it is causing him a lot of stress in his mind. The thoughts have been overdrive this year, the beginning of this year. And he's just recalibrating, and he's starting to calm down now. He's starting to, he knows he's got work to do, and he knows what needs to be done. And he knows what the future is. He knows where the Divine Feminine is. And he also knows that she's not coming back, but he must meet her at that vibration. Okay, let's have a look now at the cards. The first card that came up was really beautiful. So this is the Mary Magdalene deck, and it says the Sacred Vow, Divine Commitment. And look at that. This is the vow, the vow that the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine made before they came to Earth, that they would meet at a certain point when they'd cleared their karmic board and cleared their 3D attachments and cleared the ancestral programs and the parental programs and society's beliefs and religious belief, that they would meet and they would come together to do their divine work. So this is that divine commitment, and that is what they're being reminded of right now, and that is what they are aware of. They know, like deep in their heart, they already know who their divine feminine is, and they know that they made a commitment and they want to honor that now. So they're being reminded at this time of the mission, because there's a lot to do. There's a lot to build in New Earth, and we've got work to do. So this is their reminder, the divine commitment, the sacred vow, divine commitment. This was the next card, peace, the tree of life, peace. And this comes to a number 8. So, they're being asked to create more peace and recalibrate in their life, to get out of the mind, the ego mind that is trying to control and keep them small, and keep them in a smaller and lower vibration, and keep them from shining their light, their true light, and their higher templates, and accessing the higher templates. So they're being asked to create peace on a daily basis, to recalibrate, so that they can start to receive the messages from Spirit and what wants to come in next for them. So step by step they will move towards the new vibrations, but they must create peace to listen at this time. The Divine Masculine is also going through a deep transformation, and this card is really beautiful because the Divine Feminine is holding space for him. She's holding the light. She's just got her eyes closed, her heart is open, and she's just sending him love into his heart, and he's tuning in and he's receiving her love. He's connecting telepathically and he's hearing her. He's understanding, he's listening, they're communicating telepathically. So even though they may be in different vibrations, in different countries, in different parts of the world, but they are communicating telepathically to each other, and they are hearing and receiving each other very clearly. Spirit says very clearly. So this communication is unbreakable, because they've always been one, they're one. So even if they're not together in the physical, they are communicating in the astral. So transformation, the anointing. Number 2. The other card that came up, holding the seeds, fertility. Yes, this is a fertile time for both, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, but especially the Divine Feminine. And look, she's holding the pomegranate in her hand, and pomegranate juice was drunk by the ancient Egyptians for fertility. Isis drank this juice, Hathor, and whenever I've done transmissions with the ancient Egyptians, they always give a glass of pomegranate juice to drink, which helps with the creativity. I sometimes find that I go through months where I just want to eat pomegranates. I just can't stop eating them, and then I stop. Sometimes it's apples, but I haven't had that urge yet this year, though I have been looking at them recently, so I will probably go and get some. But pomegranates were just renowned in ancient Egyptian times and Atlantean times for fertility. They drank pomegranate juice. So she's holding the pomegranate, and if you think about the pomegranate, it's got all the seeds. I mean, it's just gorgeous when you open a pomegranate. It's just full of life. It's bursting with life and flavor and juices, creative juices. So connect with pomegranate. Eat some pomegranate if you want to connect with some creativity and creative seeds within you. This one as well, clear vision. Clear vision, look through the veil. Look through the veil. The veils are coming down. The masks are coming off. Look through the veil. See the truth. See the truth. Understand the truth. Know the truth. Don't get caught up in the ego, but stay connected to your heart and know what the truth really is. This is really the call from Spirit to stay anchored in the truth, because the truth is then going to take you to where the Divine Feminine is, and where your work and your higher work and mission work is calling you with the Divine Feminine. So stay focused on the path, and also the vision, the clear vision. And this one too came up. The Lady and the Unicorn, hidden in plain sight. Hidden in plain sight. The writing is on the wall, says Spirit. The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. Stop denying yourself the truth. Stop walking away from the truth. Stop ignoring the truth. The writing is on the wall. See it, acknowledge it, accept it as your truth, and now start taking the steps towards it. That is the message from Spirit. So, not to deny your truth. If you are a divine masculine, you're here for the higher templates and you're here to anchor new earth. This is a contract and a soul agreement on a deep level that you made many moons ago before you came to earth. Now you can't deny that to yourself, because you'll suffer and you'll struggle in the vibrations that you're at, because you are here to grow and you're here for a mission. You've come to build new earth, and this is that lifetime where we get to do this work. And this is why the energies are going to be speeding up so much this year. So much. This energies are going to speed up so much that this higher call is now like you will not be able to ignore it, avoid it, dismiss it, and pretend to carry on with your life. You won't be able to settle in your life because you're not there anymore. You're in between worlds, and so you're moving to new earth. And your divine feminine, your divine feminine, you know where she is and what vibration she is at, and you've got to start now making your way to that vibration and taking the steps. One step at a time, and the next step will be shown. One step at a time, and the next step will be shown. One step at a time, and the next step will be shown. Okay, anything else for the divine masculines and divine feminines? The path is unfolding right now. Listen intuitively, connect with each other. Even if you can't connect physically, connect energetically, and see and listen to what you have got to do. Connect with source. Create the golden triangle, and listen deeply. Masculine, feminine, source. Listen deeply to what you are being called to create here on earth. It is time, and many souls are waking up. You have to listen to this golden triangle. 369, 369. Listen to the golden triangle. Listen to source and see what you're being called to create. It is time, it is time, it is time. Divine masculine, divine feminine. It is time. This is that year. This is that year, and it is time to come together and create for the new 5D earth. Clear out your bodies, clear out your templates, clear out your field, clear out the distractions. Come back into union, come back into union, come back into union. Your love is needed on the earth. Your love is being called forth. You have codes that are brought together for the unification of the earth, of the divine feminine, divine masculine templates. Your key codes are needed for the earth to unlock to higher dimensions and higher veils and higher timelines. Your key codes will unlock the next vibration and help many souls to move into the higher vibrations. Remember, you are doing this for the collective. This is a universal agreement. Do not play small and do not get caught up in your ego mind. You have a bigger mission here, and it's to honor that mission. To honor that mission and why you came to earth. We send you our blessings, dear ones. We send you our blessings. And we send you our love. Okay. My nose is just itching right now. It just starts. Okay. I think that was quite clear. The messages for the masculines and the feminines. I can really feel the energies quickening up. And there's a lot to do, and there's a lot to build, and we've got to, we're all doing the work, but now as we come together, we can put our minds together, our hearts together, and we can create in so much more, because there's so much to build right now. Okay. So thank you, everyone. I hope that helped you. I am going to do it. I am council channeling as well. I'll bring that to you very shortly. I'm going to record it right after this. I'm on a roll today, so I'm going to go for it. Okay, I'll speak to you soon. Take care and have a beautiful day, Divine Feminines, and enjoy International Women's Day. The new moon also coming up on the weekend. That is going to really help us to kind of, the wind behind our sails is going to help us move forward and get more clear with our visions. I felt we've been in a kind of stagnation in January, February. The energy started moving a bit, but it was quite anxious and overwhelming. But now the energy will start to move after the new moon. And then we go into eclipse season. So that's going to cause some endings and beginnings and more revelations and more clarity. But we'll talk about that, and connecting with your soul and what your soul desires. But we'll talk about that later on in the month. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Take care, and I will speak to you soon.